imagine, overcoming a writer's block instantly. Yeah. Or finding that perfect visual to get your point across. See for yourself if beautiful AI lives up to the hype.
Imagine bringing your side project to life just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction you need. Tools built for one to platforms ready for many, from passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
Let's get as one Crookshank, the one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. Where we do not teach you how to rise to the occasion, folks. We teach you how to fall to your level of preparation. As you can see, she got caught in the rain today, so the headphones had to go off. Finished the last 4 miles of the 8-mile run today. Finished the last 4 miles without headphones. So I'm really, really, really proud of myself because normally I don't do that. Got through the rain, kept going, kept jogging, kept moving forward. Like, can you stand the rain? It's easy to do things when everything is going the right way, but when that bad weather hits you, when that wind hits you, when those thunderstorms hit you, can you stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? I believe it is a new edition. I think it is a new edition that sings that song. Can you stand the rain? All right, let's get into today's top five. Top five Tuesday. Recording is Tuesday, I believe it is October 7th, 2025. Per usual over here on the Move Swiftly platform, we have a top five Tuesday that is based upon the theme of the week. And this week's theme, we're talking all about taking advantage, understanding the human nature side, and that everyone is going to get taken advantage of in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Are you taking advantage of the fact that it is human nature to take advantage? And how do you do it? What are the steps? What are the questions that you got to be asking yourself as you go about that reality, as you move forward with the reality of the fact that, hey, you're going to get taken advantage of. All right. So first things first, from jump, you got to ask, what's in it for you? All right, what's in it for you? And I'll go over this in today's article, but there was a segment, a part of Hard Knocks, the HBO series Hard Knocks with the Dallas Cowboys. The Hard Knocks with the NFL. If you don't know, Hard Knocks is a NFL documentary that comes out a couple times a year that documents pro NFL teams, how they go about camp, and who's going to get cut and all that kind of stuff. So one year the Dallas Cowboys were on it, and Jerry Jones was talking to the team, and he goes, "Hey, there are 5 things I've learned about business. All right, 5 things. Here's number 1." He goes, 5 rules. He goes, "There's 5 rules about business that I've learned." He goes, "Number 1, how do I make the money?" And then he goes, "Guys, listen to me right now. Been in business for decades. I forgot all the other ones." And they all started laughing. So that's true. It's funny, but it's true at the same time. All right. You have to focus on what's in it for you and whatever dealing and however it is you're going to go about doing whatever it is you do. Right. So number 1, what's in it for you? Number 2, what are the long-term effects? Again, I use the example, and again, I'll talk about this a little more detail about these like quick fixes and quick weight loss things and all the sort of injections that you can get in your body to get you like the quick results. What are the long-term effects of you taking that deal? Number 3 now, how will it affect your integrity? Will it affect your principles? Will it affect the things that you are morally not going to do? All right, so number 1, what's in it for you? Number 2, the long-term effects. Number 3, the integrity, your personal integrity. How will it affect your integrity? Meaning, are you going to go out and do something that is going to be degrading to your name, degrading to your body, degrading to the principles that you were raised under, and understand those things? Number 4 is, are you willing to lose casual friends? All right, this is a big one. This is where a lot of people hear me talking, and the minute they be like, they love everything I'm saying from 1 through 3, but the minute I get to, are you willing to lose casual friends? That's what this ain't the deal for me. Not willing to lose casual friends, then get ready to be taken advantage of by those very casual friends that you've kept in your life, because you're not willing to lose them for the things that you want out of your life. Just saying. Again, I'll do a deeper dive on that concept as well. And finally, number 5, which is a big one, something that I deal with every single day, that I've dealt with for a long, long time, not to the point where it's become so common for me, is you have to work with people that you plain and simple, you do not like. You just plain and simple do not like their personality, you don't like something, you just don't like them, but you have to work with them. If you're going to take advantage of whatever situation you're a part of, you have to be willing to work with people that you do not like, and you just got to be willing to make it happen, just make it work. Again, go through 1 through 4, understand what 1 through 4 is all about, and the result of it is going to be working with people that you do not like, but the results, the long-term results, and the prosperity and the things that you're going to be having later on in life, you have to have faith that those things are going to be. I'll do a deeper dive in it on the live stream today. Top 5 ways to take advantage of whatever situation you're in, or you're currently in, or whether you had control over it or not. Number 1, what's in it for you? Number 2, what are the long-term effects? Number 3, how is your integrity going to be affected? Number 4, are you willing to lose casual friends? And number 5, are you willing to work with people that you cannot stand, that you just plain and simple do not like? Something that I deal with quite often, especially the employee development workshops. It's makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Crookshank here, as you just heard, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, former Division I college football player, and current six-time published author and educator, taking the innovative teamwork lessons that you learn on the football field and applying them to businesses and business owners, so they have a staff and or a group of employees that moves as efficiently, as strategically, as passionately, as cohesively as a championship youth or high school football team. That is what we do around here on the Move Swiftly platform. If you want more information on the employee development stuff that I offer, the website is right there. It is makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. You can get a free guide. You can book me to speak, or simply learn more about Oswan. Again, it's right, innovative teamwork, whatever information you need on me and how everything is going to pan out and the results that you will get when you work with me. All of that is on makeyourmove.com, and we could book a meeting and give you all your options and how that stuff works. So let's just jump right into it, because I did kind of mention yesterday that my goal is to start making these, no more than 20 minutes, right? No more than 20 minutes. And you guys kind of heard a little bit about what we're going to be discussing today on the Move Swiftly thought this morning, and sort of talking about book number 6 is going to be all about entrepreneurship, how to be a entrepreneur. These very articles is going to be compiled of these very articles in a physical book, which means if you are following me on medium.com, then yes, you will be getting a free copy. You will be getting it wouldn't be 100% free. Obviously, you would probably have to cover the shipping and stuff like that. But there would be a lot of great deals worked out for you, to where there's other things that you're going to be getting along with the book as a package, because reading a book is one thing, applying it and making sure you're actually utilizing and putting the tools in place to make your life a little bit better. That's what books are all about. Just being an information gatherer, being a pig, like my guy Dre Baldwin likes to call it, the industry that I work in. It's a lot of those kinds of people. You want to actually take the information that you learn and apply it in a quick and a swift fashion. Again, one of the reasons the name of the company is called Move Swiftly. Move Swiftly is because it's a representation of the lifestyle that I live. Moves very fast, and we get right to what it is we need to do in the beginning, early parts of the morning. All right, so all that being said, every Tuesday, as I mentioned, is a top 5 Tuesday based upon whatever the theme is for the week. And this week's theme is being taken advantage of, and accepting the fact that you're going to be getting used. There are going to be people who come in and out of your life. There are going to be seasons in which you have to work with people that you just do not like. I mean, genuinely in your heart of heart, you don't align with their values, don't agree with anything that they say or do, but you still got to work with them. You still got to, exercise your ability to be professional, because this is something that you want to do. All those things you have to start accepting, and that you have to ask yourself every single day before you leave your room, before you leave your house, before you wake up and go do whatever work it is you're going to do. There's a process of questions that you have to ask yourself, and you have to keep asking yourself these questions when you run into hard times, when you run into resistance, when you run into people who are trying to remove you from the things that you're great at, because they are so selfish and so bullheaded and so stubborn that they can't accept the fact that you're moving towards a life of prosperity, and they're moving towards a life where they just want to you have to fight human nature. All right, you have to fight human nature, and there's really, really difficult questions that you have to ask. So we're going to jump into those top 5 questions, and again, you're listening to somebody who lives through it and sees it every single day. All right, so top 5 Tuesday, top 5 ways to take advantage the right way. And the reason I went with this image today is because all three of those books were written during a time in which I was dealing with what I discussed yesterday in terms of the weak managers. All right, weak managers who just did not give a shit about actually developing a staff, developing their employees. The reason I'm an expert on how to implement systems and programs is because I work for some just people that are weak. They do not know, they do not have it in them to develop their folks. They have it in them to hire someone, give them a paycheck every 2 weeks, and just sort of manage and not ruffle any feathers. But they don't have it in them. They didn't have it in them to situations where they got to develop. So because I was struggling dealing with those weak managers, the books came out because of that, in response to that. That when those 3 books were written, again, actually the first 2, while I was at 9 Round, when I was a trainer at the 9 Round Fitness, Kickboxing Fitness, which we discussed yesterday, and then the other one, the 6-figure athlete, I was working. I was the only male counselor at a kindergarten. It was 2 kindergartens actually. I was the only male counselor dealing with that, just a bunch of drama, people work abandoning and going on breaks and leaving for good, all sorts of things that just were absolutely insane. But again, me being the sports guy that I am, I was able to work with other authors to create something great. So again, that's why the article, that's why the images, usually I talk about the image before I platform. We continue redefining what it means to be consistent. Every Tuesday for more than 2 years now, there's been a top 5 list of some sort, always connected to the week's theme. This week, we're talking about one simple truth about human nature. People will take advantage of situations. Hear me on that point, all right? People will take advantage of situations. They will take advantage of you. They will take advantage of your friendship. They will take advantage of the fact that you may have known a person for so and so years. You will be taken advantage of because it is human nature to get taken advantage of, all right? Sometimes they'll take advantage of you. So sometimes they'll take advantage of you. So instead of pretending that it's not a reality, the best move is to learn how to take advantage in a way that aligns with your integrity, vision, and goals. All right? First and foremost, what's in it for you? Yep, I learned this lesson years ago watching the HBO Hard Knocks, the behind the scenes NFL training camp. If you're not familiar with the show, again, just look up Hard Knocks and NFL training camp, and it'll pop right up. It was the season featuring the Dallas Cowgirls. Excuse me. You can tell the Redskins fit, right? But the Cowboys built a very valuable franchise with the Dallas Cowboys. They're always in the news, always being talked about. That's because the owner is, doing what he has to do to keep the organization relevant. So, owner Jerry Jones, he gave a speech to the team, and it stuck with me forever. He said, I've learned 5 important rules in business. Number 1, how do I make the money? And then he got serious. Let me go on a different screen here. He goes, number 1, I learned 5 important rules in business, guys. He goes, number 1, how do I make the money? Okay. And he looks around, he makes sure everybody gets it. And then he goes, okay, guys, let me just tell you right now, it was humorous, but it was very true, because when you think about this concept and this truth about being taken advantage of, if you don't know how you benefit, if you don't know how you make the money, if you don't know how you are being benefited during these times, you will get taken advantage of if you just don't know. All right. So he goes, I forgot the other 4. Funny, yes, but powerful, because in a world where people naturally take advantage of opportunities, you must know exactly how you benefit from whatever deal, agreement, or relationship you're entering. If you don't, what starts happening? If you don't know what's in it for you, somebody else starts filling in that gap, and they start thinking that you would have thought this way. And everything starts going up because you decide to stay quiet, and you got to speak up in certain situations. Again, I'm not talking about being an asshole. I'm talking about speaking up in a professional and a profound way to where, hey, this is what benefits myself and an organization, not just me, and be able to present it in a professional way, not being an asshole about it, just saying, this is what's laid out. This is what people are willing to do. This is who's willing to do what, and let's talk about it. But you cannot be an asshole. You cannot come off as the aggressive individual. Well, I mean, certain situations, yeah, be aggressive when it starts every single thing you do. All right. So it's number 1. Number 2, what are the long-term effects? This comes up for me most in conversations about health and wellness. All right. People, again, me, myself, I have a background in the fitness and the athletics world. People often ask me about new weight loss injections or the latest quick fix trend. And instead of telling them not to do it, I ask the question, what are the long-term effects? How will this new chemical supplement or decision, the same principle everywhere? Short-term advantage is easy. Long-term advantage is earned. So the short term, I'm going to inject something in my body and I'm going to lose about 100 or 200 pounds in the next 4 months. Okay, what's going to happen for the next 40 years because of the injections that you've been putting in your body for the past 4 months? That's the question you have to have. What are the long-term effects? All right. Next, number 3, what will your integrity be questioned? Integrity, meaning rightness, uprightness. All right. The key word, honesty, principles, and uprightness. Here's where taking advantage gets complicated, because this one requires a mirror. It's right up in your face. All right. And I'll give you an example here. In high school, I had one coach who networked with colleges and hyped players up, and another, the head coach, who simply told me and my parents the truth. The level of football I actually had a chance of playing at, he didn't sugarcoat it. That honesty shaped how I now advise young athletes I now advise young athletes. The truth is always the best advantage. So basically what I'm saying there is, when I played at Good Counsel High School, and at the time there was a coach there who, again, if you played there, you know who I'm talking about. He was the one on the phone with college coaches telling everybody, man, I'm going to get you here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get you this scholarship, yada, yada, yada. And then there was the head coach, who was Coach Malloy, who would be very honest and tell all of us, hey, you're a D3 guy. If you want to go D1, you got to go walk on somewhere. You may have to do this. In fact, the conversation I had with Coach Malloy about college recruiting, he goes, hey, I could see you being somebody as a preferred walk-on at an FCS program. And that's exactly the way it turned out. I ended up being a preferred walk-on at Stony Brook University, which is the program that he was referring to. And that's how it should work. It should be today when I'm advising young athletes. All right. So next thing, again, as you heard, this is where it really gets complicated for a lot of folks. They're not willing to give up on their casual friends. They're not willing to give up on casual friends. They're not willing to give up on casual friends. And many times this bleeds into your actual relationships, because a lot of folks right now, you're listening to me right now, you're married, your spouse is someone that they're there was this casual friendship tone when you guys met. You guys got together, and then you realize how serious a marriage is, and you weren't willing to give up casual friendship because of what's already predetermined in your mind, and that ultimately led to you being in a situation that you just don't want to be in. So number 4 is huge. You got to give up on losing casual friends. Excuse me. The question is, can I'm done with that person that's just casually in my life? I don't want it anymore. Probably saw this one coming. When you start applying the first 3, thinking long term, staying honest, and making sure your work is compensated, you'll notice casual friends start disappearing. That's okay. Taking advantage of life's opportunities requires courage, and that courage often means walking away from people who no longer align with your future. You're not losing friends, you're shedding comfort. All right. Number 5, can you work with people you don't like? Again, this has as one written all over it. Very few people, and I've had a ton of jobs. There's very few people that I've worked with that I actually like. I'm telling you right now, I've been annoyed by a lot of mofos from dating back to all the way back when I lived in developing. Yes, you absolutely can. And yes, you absolutely have to. I'm living proof. There are plenty of people I've had to and still do work with that I cannot stand. But that's where the first 4 steps kick in. When you know what's in it for you, the long-term think long-term, hold your integrity, and accept who's meant to stay. You stop getting emotionally caught up in the noise. You just keep moving forward. Final word: taking advantage isn't about manipulation. It's about that frustrate you, test you, or make you question your patience. Those are usually the moments where growth happens. If you're wise enough, you take advantage the right way. Just that toxic work environments, weak leadership, missed opportunities, those exact same lessons show exactly where the lessons show up the most, and where I help to transform your frustration into growth. Just simply go to, again, makingmove.com, ask more about employee development workshops and what kind of systems and what kind of things we can be doing to serve you. Again, main website is right there to dive deeper into all that work. And this is my wheelhouse. This is how we can help. And I've lived through it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Check it out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon. Actually,